Today we're going to be playing on our Halloween theme of the week. So this week we're going to be making empanadas, but we're going to be making a shortcut version of it. So I already made my meat last night because it took a little process. I had to test out a few things, so I pre-made it for you all. What you need to buy at the grocery store is a pie crust. I would actually suggest buying 2 boxes of the pie crust because with the one that I bought, I'm only gonna be able to make 12. And so if we're making empanadas for our Halloween party, we wanna make enough for our guests. So I would suggest making maybe getting 2 boxes. And this is a lot of meat. If you know empanadas, they're really small. So you're gonna get a lot out of them. You're gonna get a lot of empanadas out of the meat that we've made. So I would suggest that you definitely buy a couple more pie crusts than I did. I got 1 pound of ground beef. Normally I cook with ground turkey, like I said before, and I would have used ground turkey, but because this was something I was testing out, I didn't want to be as adventurous, so I stuck with the ground beef. We got 1 whole green pepper, 1 whole red pepper, half an onion, and then we also used 1 teaspoon of cumin and cayenne pepper. And then we used a dash of garlic salt, basically for taste, because as I was cooking, I felt like I wasn't having enough flavor in there, so I put in some garlic salt just to give it some flavor. And you need some eggs, and you'll understand why we need those eggs later on. So basically, I preheated the oven at 350 degrees, so that's already warmed up. And so right now, all we need to do is put this meat inside our empanadas. So to make this easy for us, I have this handy dandy bowl that we're going to use for multiple purposes. So you can use pie crust, or if you go into the international foods aisle, like the frozen one, you can actually get empanadas. So they're already pre-done for you. But I just thought I would try this out on my own. So what we're going to do is, in order to make the circles, we're going to use this to make our outline. So for right now, we're gonna make 4 circles. Or if you have cookie cutters, you can use those, the circular ones. So basically we have the 4 circles, and I'm gonna take a knife and we're gonna just follow the trace. So basically what we're doing right now is we're just gonna cut these circles out. They're going to be folded like this. You'll see in a bit what we're gonna do with them, but I like this size bowl because sometimes when I get empanadas, sometimes they're a little too small, and I'm like, man, I wish I had more. But I think this is a good size for what we're going for, just as like an appetizer. But if someone wants to pick it up, they can eat it with their hands, or if you're having dinner with a friend, you can honestly use this same size, and then if you have rice, you can use that. So we have our 4 empanada shells right now, and what we're gonna do is, so you want to, when I made this last night, I started out by putting my onions into the pan. I grilled those a little bit, then I put my green peppers and then my red peppers last, because apparently when you cook the red peppers too long, the flavor starts to lose itself, and so that's why I added the red peppers in last. So you want to grill those first, then add in your beef, and you want to make sure you're pulling it apart while you're putting it in the pan, because you don't want really big chunks, because it's a small little thing. So that took about 10 minutes to cook. Once you put it in the pan, I didn't even need to use olive oil or anything. The peppers kind of created the oil you needed. And then after that, I added in the cumin and the cayenne pepper for flavor and heat. So basically what you're gonna do, you can also add jalapenos. You can add a whole bunch of stuff to your empanadas. You can do, if you like it, put it in there. You can put cilantro, you can put scallions, you can put any vegetable that'll give it some flavor in there if you want to. You can also even put lime juice or lemon juice just to give it that extra tang. So essentially, I grabbed a smaller spoon because we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it on half. Sometimes you can get away with adding a little bit more in there, so we're gonna try. And we're gonna put that much in there. See, it's not a lot of meat, but And then you just want to fold it over like a taco. And right now it kind of looks like a little dumpling. And then we're going to leave it like that for now. Then we're going to do that to the rest of our empanadas. For me, if there's too much meat in it, that's not a problem to me. I'd rather have too much meat than not enough meat, because like then you're just eating bread. And like while I love bread, I want some substance in my food that I'm eating. So if I stuff it too much, that's fine with me. Some people don't want it to look really messy, but it's your preference. So now you're like, that doesn't look like empanadas. What are you doing? You're gonna grab your fork and you're gonna pinch. First, you want to pinch these closed. You want to make sure it's all closed up, because traditionally empanadas are fried, and I got yelled at by my mom because she was like, empanadas are supposed to be fried. Why are you preheating the oven? But we live on campus, so we don't have fryers here. Making fried food on campus is not really convenient or practical. You're gonna set off a fire alarm. It's just too much drama. So we're gonna do the baking version. And so that's why it's important to do this for if you're frying it, because then everything's just gonna fall out. So you're gonna pinch it first, and then for that, just like the little flare. I don't know what the purpose of this really is, but it makes it look good. See? Like an empanada. And you're just gonna do that to all of them. So we have our empanadas, and then I have a pan here with aluminum foil on it, and what we're going to do is we're going to space these out on the pan, like so. And then I told you that we're going to be multi-purpose using of things, so we have this bowl right here. And so basically, in order to get the empanadas to have like a brown, crisp look on top, we're gonna create our own egg wash. Had this debate last night with my roommate and my mom about what egg wash is, and basically one said that you just use the egg whites, and then the other said you just scramble the egg and you can use the entire egg. I decided to go with the person who got the culinary degree, and so she said, which was my mom, she said that you just take the whole egg, scramble it, and the wash part is when you're washing the empanada. So you're gonna scramble the egg. You're gonna take a spoon and take the egg wash. And so something I came across when I was testing these out is that you want to make sure you're getting the egg wash all over the empanada, not just like throw some on top. You want to make sure you get it all over, otherwise it's not going to have a consistent brown look to the top of it. So you just want to make sure you're coating the top in the egg wash. So now that we have the egg wash spread all over the empanadas, we're going to put them into the oven, and it's going to take about 20 minutes to cook. So we're going to take this and put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Okay. So now we have our empanadas. So now that the empanadas are browned, we're gonna let them cool down for just a little bit, and then we're gonna enjoy them. But if you, like I said earlier, you're having a Halloween party because Halloween is this week, and you wanna have some guests over, you can make these and you can put them out, and you could put some spiders in there, call them spooky empanadas or anything like that. Or you can serve them with rice or beans or whatever you wanna do with them. But I just think this is a really good finger food for you to have at any like Halloween party or holiday party, really. Earlier in the episode, I forgot to talk to you guys about our handy dandy receipt. And so basically we only spent $20 to get all of this, but some of the items on here, I was trying to make something else, but everything was really, really cheap, because the most expensive thing we really paid for was the ground beef. And like I said before, I normally get ground turkey, so we could have used our third bag ground turkey from our last 2 episodes that we were working on, but I wanted to try out this ground beef. So we saved save $2, but $2 is $2. So don't forget that you can go to Giant and definitely save money as a student. So that's all we have for you today. Please follow us on our social media, which will be listed below, or somewhere. It will be listed somewhere because that's how I was able to figure out this recipe. I asked you guys what you would like to see me make. I'm gonna try and make a little bit more cultural food. So I saw brown chicken as one, and I'm thinking about trying to get someone to teach me to make lumpia. So please stay tuned and see what we have on our next episode.